We're seeing what we've seen a couple times before in the digital currency space, which is the market attempting to kind of fairly value this new asset, right?
Right.
What we see is Bitcoin is just kind of the first implementation of blockchain technology, which I'm sure everyone's heard of at this point. Bitcoin's the first, it's the oldest, and it's got essentially the most interest and awareness around it. What makes it unique is that it's an open blockchain. So anyone can acquire a little bit of this and then trade it on an exchange.
But what do you think has happened in the past couple of months that has led to this?
Yeah, I mean, first thing, I think we're seeing continued growth in the fundamentals of the network. So when we look at the number of daily transactions that are occurring, the actual dollar volume that's being processed, I mean, every minute we see about $500,000 move through the Bitcoin network.
But something happened, meaning something about the psychology of the market and the way investors are approaching Bitcoin significantly changed in the past couple months. What was the tipping point? Do you remember? Was there a moment?
I don't think there was a specific catalyst. A lot of these things happen organically, right? So someone sends you $10 of Bitcoin, you start to follow it, maybe you share it with someone else, and slowly people start to become educated.
So I heard an interesting thesis we talked about, I think, on the air just yesterday. Companies buying up Bitcoin in part to pay back some of these ransom offers. You buy that or no?
I think that's a stretch, right? So we see billions of dollars of digital currency traded every day. So it's unlikely we'd see businesses out there moving the market to acquire, a couple $1,000s of Bitcoin. Certainly it's a possibility, but I think there's a lot of other use cases that we see happen.
What do you think this thing's really worth?
I can't comment on that. Yeah, I think it's our focus, right? So we operate the largest US-based digital currency exchange. It's to essentially create kind of a fair and open market that anyone can participate on, right? So we're helping the market.
I guess what I'm trying to ask is, a decade from now, are we going to look at this and think, oh my, this is now worth $10,000 of Bitcoin or $20,000 of Bitcoin, or is this fair value? I mean, just how?
Yeah, I think many of us in this industry, it's still the early days, right? So it's still coming about. We feel firmly and believe firmly that this is going to be a core part of the financial system. So we're talking about Bitcoin, but Bitcoin's only one example of a digital asset, right? The whole market cap of all digital assets is.
But we still have the regulatory issues that are over this, right? The Winklevi twins couldn't get their fund off the. I mean, there's been a lot of struggles with this.
But it's not just the U.S. So we look to Japan. Japan embarked about a 3-year research and just came out and formalized regulation of Bitcoin. They're calling it a type of prepaid debit instrument. And from that, we've seen GMO, an internet conglomerate, announce they're going to launch a Bitcoin exchange in Japan. We're watching institutions adopt it as well.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.